Ever since the introduction of the Pre-Generation's great power in Chapter 411, countless theories have sprouted regarding just who this great power might be, ranging from North Korea all the way to some prominent gang somewhere else around the world, but the most prominent theory has been the Yamazaki clan. I've been riding this bandwagon ever since it was first created. In fact, I wasn't aware of the fact that this theory was all over the community. However, as of late, BTJ seems to be hinting at one of the first community theories actually coming true in the Lucasm storyline. From the Kojima brothers all the way to the introduction of Gun's father, there's been a wide variety of hints dropped regarding the great power being the Yamazaki clan, and I decided why not make a video discussing everything this theory has going for it and everything it doesn't. So to begin with, the great power, as I mentioned earlier, was introduced in chapter 411 through the statement each member had a different objective, but they united under the banner of the Fist Gang to fight against the great power. This immediately leaves most readers with two logical assumptions, one being the fact that this great power was a group, and the other being that said great power is undoubtedly extremely strong. Now, with the information provided throughout the series up until the last chapter, the only real group that was known or at least theorized to be at this extremely high level of power was the Yamazaki clan. Of course, there was and still always is the possibility that this great power hasn't even been introduced yet, but at this point this is unlikely and wouldn't make sense plot-wise. Now, as far as what this theory has going for it, there's not much to discuss. Prior to the Qianliang arc, the only things that really hinted at the Yamazaki clan being said power were pretty much nothing. It was mainly just an idea at that point, but what really gave it the fuel that it needed was the Qianliang arc. The introduction of the Kojima brothers as active members of the Yamazaki clan during the Pre-Generation was the first real hint we received regarding this theory, and this was followed by the introduction of Gun's father, who would be the Yamazaki clan's head, and he was shown in this panel to have been slamming people who seemed to be wearing the same attire that Jin Young Park was wearing. We know that the Yamazaki clan mainly has a Japanese heritage, and this sparks a question relating to why exactly would the Yamazaki clan be attempting to dominate Korea instead of Japan, and this was discussed very thoroughly by a guy called Mr. Gold on Reddit, and if you want to know more about his theory, I suggest you check it out on Reddit or you watch VMAT's video, as he goes in depth into the political side of the Pre-Generation and does a great job at that. Now, there are a couple points that I haven't discussed yet, one being the fact that the Yamazaki clan was confirmed to have fallen back, so for a power like the Yamazaki clan to be defeated, it only really leaves us with one option. Gapryong's Fist Gang had to have defeated them, and this also gives us a possible reason as to why Gun would agree to be Charles Choi's subordinate, and I think this is probably because, similar to the Megami influence in Japan, Charles may have promised Gun to bring back the Yamazaki's great influence in Korea if his entire plan succeeds, which would give Gun a reason to take a shot with him in the first place. As far as what this theory would have going against it, there really isn't much, because the only real information relating to this theory we get throughout the story are hints. However, there is one that I'd like to note. In the latest chapter, it was revealed to us that the Kojima brothers were active during the time of the Gapryong Fist Gang's reign, and this left me confused for a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm correct in saying this or if I'm just missing something, but if the Fist Gang gathered in the first place to defeat the Great Power, and the Yamazaki clan was the Great Power, then wouldn't the Kojima brothers have already been defeated by the time the Fist Gang was in its reign? And even if you're saying they were defeated and they came back, I feel like Gapryong or any other member of the Fist Gang would have known of their existence and not have to note them all over again. This whole topic is a little bit vague, but there's a completely different side to this that is involved with theories regarding politics, so if you guys want a video discussing the political aspect of the Pre-Generation with every minute detail, be sure to drop a comment, as I'd be down to do that as well.